Hello friends, this is Bharat and Meena Trivedi.
Varsha and Dilip.
Sapna
and Gaurav Lal,
Suvarna,
Arya,
and Manoj Khari.
Ilanga,
Sejal Desai,
Smita
and Vivek Chaudaha,
Anjali Desai,
T and Deepak Arora,
Pawan,
and Rinki Agrawal.
Sid,
And Archana Nair.
Danny,
and Rinku Mehta.
and Sunil Kiani.
Priyanka,
And Vinay Kedia.
I'm Johnny Jenkins.
Aaron Fincher.
Raj,
And Aradhna Asava.
together
We support
HungerMitao.
Good afternoon, friends. We are your hosts, Aradhna and Raj Asava, bringing to you the HungerMitao program. Have you noticed? We now have a new time.
and we are back after a couple weeks gap.
We are, yes. Going forward, we will be with you on Saturdays at 3:30 p.m. And during this half hour, we will share updates on food insecurity in the North Texas area and across the country, along with information on volunteering opportunities and how the Indian American community is unifying to emerge as a big part of the solution to fighting hunger in America.
Thank you for joining us. Friends, through this show, you will not only get updates on the hunger issue in the US, but also know all the ways in which each one of us, in the spirit of give where you live, is making a difference and can continue to make a difference. We can indeed ensure no one around us goes hungry. We hope to bring you information about the complex issue of food insecurity in our prosperous country.
To begin with, Raj, I want to point our listeners to a resource. Friends, HungerMitao.org is your one place to go for any Hunger Mitao related information. Through this site, you can navigate to the food bank you are interested in and reach the local page where you can find information about volunteering, steering council member information, donation links, sponsorship programs, etc.
Aradhna, the main campaign we have going on right now is also on the HungerMitao.org website, which is the HungerMitao Spring Food Drive that goes on for the entire month of March. Listeners, as many of you know, we conduct 2 large food drives each year. One in March as a celebration of the various spring festivals of India. Our second food drive is in August, commemorating India's Independence Month. These drives serve as an opportunity to combine a small part of our resources and make an amazing impact. This unification of a small personal contribution, even $5 to the food bank per person, brings forth an impact that only a unified approach can achieve in thousands of enabled meals. For more information about the current Spring Food Drive and how you can participate to support North Texas Food Bank and Tarrant Area Food Bank, please visit HungerMitao.org. And there, by the way, you'll find other food banks we are associated with also. So you should check it out.
And our youth will be very excited to learn that through this drive, they have the potential to earn up to 15 volunteer credit hours.
That's amazing.
Yes, listeners, you heard it right. They can earn up to 15 volunteer credit hours even while vacationing on spring break by using their social media skills.
Yeah, amazing opportunity. Glad you called it out, Aradhna. All they have to do is create their own fundraising page through the platform, which is the food bank's platform, and share it widely to raise support for the food bank. Every $100 that they raise from 3 or more donors earns them 1 volunteer hour. Come on, all young adults, put your social media skills to good use and to a test. How creative is your fundraising page? How will your message, your appeal be received by people? How will you reach people? How many volunteer service credit hours you can earn? All this will be tested as you raise funds for the food bank. Get started now at ntfb.org/HungerMitao. This is a different website because this is right within the North Texas Food Bank. Again, it is ntfb.org/HungerMitao to learn about how youth can get involved in setting up their pages for the Spring Food Drive.
And we have another exciting opportunity to talk to you about. Metrocrest, one of the Tier 1 pantries in the North Texas Food Bank network, is partnering with HungerMitao to set up a gently used clothing and houseware donation day. Mark your calendars, listeners, as Raj tells you more about it. Just mark your calendars. March 26th at North Texas Food Bank from 10 to 2 p.m.
This is indeed a wonderful partnership. Listeners, please bring your gently used clothing, your household goods that you like to donate to NTFB on March 26th between 10 and 2 p.m. The Metrocrest truck will be there to accept your donations. In addition to being a food distribution pantry, Metrocrest also helps their clients, which is people in need, with rental assistance, skills development, clothing, and household goods. So friends, it's time to do some serious spring cleaning while doing some serious good out there. It's easy to do when you know that things you no longer need are you no longer use are going to help people who actually will put it to good use.
Now for some interesting but distressing information. In 2020, 2.3 billion with a B, or almost 30% of the world population, was without reliable access to a sufficient, affordable, and nutritious food supply.
That's amazing.
30%.
Oh my gosh.
Of those facing food insecurity, it is estimated that 720 to about 800 million people are facing hunger on an extreme level. Global hunger has been on the rise since 2014, and the pandemic has only exacerbated the extreme inequalities in food security across the world. And did you know? While 1 in 8 Americans and 1 in 3 people across the world are facing food insecurity, 1/3 of the global food supply is either lost or wasted each year.
What shocking.
Bold systemic change throughout the global food system is essential to meet the UN's Sustainable Development Goals of zero hunger by 2030.
That's a huge leap, especially since all we are seeing and hearing is that the need for food is only rising, right? Since 2014, as you just mentioned.
Yeah.
Boy, engaging a multitude of sectors is essential for solving the international food crisis. The food system impacts every single person on the planet, and the World Bank estimates it represents 10% of the entire global economy. Climate change, conflict, and high prices are some of the major drivers in keeping secure and healthy diets out of reach for families and individuals across the world. While global production of food remains good despite external factors such as the COVID-19 pandemic, the agricultural commodity price index has increased by 30% since January of 2020. Wow, talk about inflation.
Yeah.
High food price inflation at the retail level of food often reflects the lingering supply disruption of the pandemic, social distancing, and current devaluations, not to mention the current war that has totally shaken the world and put it upside down. This in turn has a greater impact on the people in low and middle income countries who tend to spend a larger share of their income on food. This results in a loss in perishable food such as fruits and vegetables, which have more nutritional value, and causes the general consumption to gravitate towards cheaper staples that have a longer shelf life, process, and everything else, right?
And isn't it interesting, when we have conversations with family members in other countries and they hear about us talking about hunger and they say, oh, but there's so much obesity in America.
Yeah, how can anybody be hungry? I mean, they are overweight.
So the last sentence that you said was, it's causing the general consumption to gravitate towards cheaper staples that have a longer shelf life. So people are eating cheaper food.
That's right.
Which is not really good for their health.
But that's all they can afford.
That's all they can afford, and that results in weight gain and all those chronic issues.
Yeah.
So these are extremely complex issues. Going forward, we will bring more such information to our listeners. Let's learn together. To be a part of this learning journey, don't forget to tune in to 104.9 every Saturday at
3:30 p.m., right? That's the new time.
And if you are on Facebook and have not yet done so, please join the Facebook group HungerMitao _North Texas. We use that channel to communicate all the exciting opportunities that come up with HungerMitao and North Texas Food Bank. Events, volunteering opportunities, awareness sessions, ways to advocate with legislators, etc.
Aradhana, at this point, I can only think of one song which we have played a few times before, but it is such an important song because alone we can only do so much, but together we can move mountains. Remember the song? साथी हाथ बढ़ाना, साथी हाथ बढ़ाना, एक अकेला थक जाएगा, मिलकर बोझ उठाना, साथी हाथ बढ़ाना, साथी हाथ बढ़ाना, साथी रे.
साथी हाथ बढ़ाना, साथी हाथ बढ़ाना, एक अकेला थक जाएगा, मिलकर बोझ उठाना, साथी हाथ बढ़ाना, साथी हाथ बढ़ाना, साथी रे, साथी हाथ बढ़ाना, साथी रे, साथी हाथ बढ़ाना, साथी रे. हम मेहनत वालों ने जब भी मिलकर कदम बढ़ाया, सागर ने रास्ता छोड़ा, पर्वत ने शीश झुकाया, फौलादी है सीने अपने, फौलादी है बाहें, फौलादी है सीने अपने, फौलादी है बाहें. हम चाहें तो पैदा कर दे चट्टानों में राहें, हम चाहें तो पैदा कर दें चट्टानों में राहें. साथी हाथ बढ़ाना, साथी हाथ बढ़ाना, एक अकेला थक जाएगा, मिलकर बोझ उठाना, साथी हाथ बढ़ाना, साथी हाथ बढ़ाना, साथी रे, साथी हाथ बढ़ाना, साथी रे, साथी हाथ बढ़ाना, साथी रे. मेहनत अपने लेख की रेखा, मेहनत से क्या डरना, कल गैरों की खातिर की, आज अपनी खातिर करना. अपना दुख भी एक है साथी, अपना दुख भी एक, अपना दुख भी एक है साथी, अपना दुख भी एक, अपनी मंजिल सच की मंजिल, अपना रास्ता नेक, अपनी मंजिल सच की मंजिल, अपना रास्ता नेक. साथी हाथ बढ़ाना, एक अकेला थक जाएगा, मिलकर बोझ उठाना, साथी हाथ बढ़ाना, साथी हाथ बढ़ाना, साथी रे, साथी हाथ बढ़ाना, साथी रे, साथी हाथ बढ़ाना, साथी रे। एक से एक मिले तो कतरा बन जाता है दरिया, एक से एक मिले तो जर्रा बन जाता है सहरा, एक से एक मिले तो राई बन सकती है पर्वत, एक से एक मिले तो राई बन सकती है पर्वत, एक से एक मिले तो इंसान बस में कर ले किस्मत, एक से एक मिले तो इंसान बस में कर ले किस्मत, साथी हाथ बढ़ाना, साथी हाथ बढ़ाना, एक अकेला थक जाएगा, मिलकर बोझ उठाना, साथी हाथ बढ़ाना, साथी हाथ बढ़ाना, साथी रे, साथी हाथ बढ़ाना, साथी।
Our listeners know that HungerMitao has sponsored the co-branded 24-foot truck that serves North Texas area. This is a truck that is co-branded HungerMitao and North Texas Food Bank. This truck moves much needed food from the food bank to the pantries and also brings food donations to the food bank. We needed 15 supporters to split the sponsorship of this humongous truck. And I have great news. We already have 8 leaders, 8 community leaders who have stepped up and committed to the 2-year sponsorship of the HungerMitao truck.
And I think you added the 9th one yesterday.
Yes,
Yep.
exactly right. So I would love to share their names, Aradhana.
Yeah, let's go ahead, do that.
All right. So first and foremost, let me share with you Suman and Tanya Chapuri,
Bharat and Meena Trivedi,
Sid and Archana, also known as Archie Nair.
Raj and Anna Asawa,
Wonder who they are. SLK Global, our good friend Alok Datta.
Indira and Om Singla,
Sudhakar Pennam,
Neeraj Bhatia,
and the Ramesh and Kalpana Bhatia Foundation. Thank you for your support, friends. Friends, we need 6 more sponsors. Please let us know if you're interested and would like to support this initiative that improves people's access to food across North Texas.
Listeners, an innovative way to do this is for a group of friends to come together and commit to a sponsorship. It's as simple as 5 friend families creating a combined commitment of $1,000 each for 2 years. That's it. Each family gets their own tax receipt, and it becomes a wonderful way to do good together.
That's a tongue twister.
Today, 1 in 6 North Texans struggles with food insecurity. And sadly, 1 in 4 of this number are school-going children. So you see, our engagement is crucial.
It is important for our listeners to know, first and foremost, that all of this donation, every single dollar, goes directly to North Texas Food Bank. Friends, HungerMitao is not an organization, not another charity, not another 501c3. HungerMitao is a 100% volunteer-driven movement, raising awareness across the Indian American community about the elevated hunger that lurks around us in every zip code. Because of the excellent and efficient work done by the Food Bank Network, HungerMitao works to organize and connect the Indian American community with the work of the food banks.
We are constantly looking for people who want to engage in this community building effort. And people are joining us every month.
That's right.
So listeners, if any of you is interested to learn about the Steering Council, please drop us an email You can do that through ntfb.org/HungerMitao. The Steering Council is a group of people who are passionate about fighting hunger, who devote 4 to 5 hours a month to do some amazing work spreading the word.
That's right. That's just 1 hour a week.
Yeah.
That's amazing. In addition to all that you do for charities back home in India, we request you to also give where you live. Please make a gift of food or funds to your food bank so you strengthen the communities you live in where our children are growing. Please get involved. Everything you need to act on this is at ntfb.org/HungerMitao.
Food banks are dependable sources, not pop-up charities, so people know that they have the support when they need it. If each of us made a commitment of providing just 3 meals a day to one person through North Texas Food Bank, that translates to $1 a day. $1 a day, which is $365 a year. What an inexpensive way to make a huge difference in the life of one person.
That's right. For the entire year. That's amazing. As we close our program today, friends, we thank you for your generosity and for caring about others around you. North Texas Indian American community, thank you. Thank you for caring, for volunteering, for helping organizing awareness events, for running food drives, for making donations, for becoming multi-year donors, for giving your time, for giving in kind. And thank you, Fanasia, for becoming the mouthpiece for HungerMitao.
Our mission, friends, is HungerMitao. And HungerMitao is as much about eradicating hunger as it is about unifying our fragmented efforts and focusing it on the humanitarian cause of hunger. Let us come together as the entire Indian American community and show how we engage in any place we call home. We are smart, compassionate change agents who give where we live so our communities benefit from our presence.
Until next week, friends, remember, we may never be able to eradicate hunger, but let us ensure no one goes hungry. HungerMitao.
HungerMitao.
Hello friends, this is Bharat and Meena Trivedi.
Varsha and Dilip.
Sapna.
and Gaurav Lal.
Suvarna. Arya.
And Manoj Khari.
Ilanga.
Sejal Desai. Smita.
and Vivek Chaudaha.
Anjali Desai.
T and Deepak Arora.
Pawan.
And Rinki Agrawal.
Sid.
And Archana Nair.
Danny.
And Rinku Mehta.
And Sunil Kiani.
Priyanka.
And Vinay Kedia.
I'm Johnny Jenkins.
Kiran Fincher.
Raj.
And Aradhna Asava,
Together,
we support
प्रेम
China.